Hey, first Chris once again, welcome back to another video. This is another request, this time from Curtis. And he wanted me to get my thoughts on a horror comedy, which I haven't seen in a long time, and that is Stitches. Now, Stitches is about this clown who goes to this kid's birthday party, and they're fucking around with him, saying, "Oh, you suck as a clown. You're a terrible clown." And they basically fuck with him. They throw a ball at his face, and he lands on a knife, kills himself. Later, a couple years later, he comes back for revenge on those kids who tortured him. Basically, a very simple plot. Does not take that long to get going, and it is a movie that I've reviewed on the channel before, but I didn't like that review, so I thought I'd review it again. And thank you, Curtis, for recommending this movie because I love this movie. I think it's one of the best horror comedies out there. I think it's clever. I think the Ross Noble who plays Stitches is actually a pretty entertaining villain. The kills are insane. The humor I thought worked for me. There were some scenes that I wasn't feeling, like the part where he kills a cat. I didn't like that. But mostly the humor did work for me. Now, this DVD is a very old, vintage type of DVD. It only has the making of Stitches and bloopers. It's the only special features it has. I heard Scream Factory is going to release this on Blu-ray, which is exciting because I do want to pick that up. But this movie is basically a revenge story, but it's targeted towards this kid named Tom. And this kid has a sad life. Well, he doesn't have a sad life. He has friends, but these boys, these two boys, this boy and a girl, they pick on him. He has a couple friends. He has one friend who's gay. I liked him. I can't remember his name, but he's like a Bulger. That's his name. I liked him. He's got a friend named Richie. I liked him. He was very likable. He's got his best friend Vinny, who is a very nice guy. I like him. Who else? And he has a girl he likes. And they haven't thrown him a party since the incident with the clown. With the clown like getting like a knife in his head, it was like stabbed up here and it came out here. Pretty cool effect, and he pulls it out and blood splats over the kid. Pretty cool scene. And then, as fast forwards a couple years later, he's a teenager, he's in school, he has some nice friends. And he basically, they basically throw him another party because they want him to do something nice for him. And they invite a bunch of friends over and they get drunk, they get high. And Stitches comes back and he kills people. Like these two asshole bullies, they keep picking on him. They come to his party to sabotage his party. One of them dresses up as a clown because he's afraid of clowns now. And he knocks him over and he hits his head and he's like blonde as hell. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? So that guy gets killed. He basically gets his ear ripped off, which reminds me of that scene in Megan. And then he gets his arm ripped off, which you can see like the meat and the bones coming out of his arm stump, which is pretty cool effect, which is pretty gross. He pulls a bunny out of his throat with this, which I thought was hilarious. And he kicks his head off right into the pond. Awesome kill. Then I think he goes for the girl. No, he goes for Bulger next, which it was kind of sus because I like Bulger. He basically gets high and he's drinking these Chef Boyardee or like canned fruit or whatever. And then Stitches comes and he rips the top of his head open with a can opener. He digs out his brain. And I thought he was going to eat it, but he wasn't. Which is a pretty cool effect, him digging the brain out, which is pretty disgusting. But comical at the same time. I feel bad for him, though. I want him to be one of the survivors, but oh well. Then he kills the bully girl, he literally stabs a fucking umbrella in her head and it comes out right out of her fucking eye, and her eye is hanging over the tip of the umbrella and the pupil dilates, which is creepy as all hell. And she falls down and like the umbrella slides through her eye slowly. Very cool shot, very gruesome. And it opens and it just like pulls out like looks like a boner, but it's like a balloon. Then he gets to the best kill, which is Richie's death. He basically cuts him open, pulls out his intestines, makes an animal balloon out of it, which is kind of fucked up. And he blows his head up with a fucking air pump, and the way his eyes like pop out, which is it was creepy, but it was also comical at the same time. And his head like explodes like that scene on Scanners. It was awesome. Best kill of the movie. Very cool practical effects. And then he finds out the only way to kill Stitches is to go to this like scene, this like I guess building in like the cemetery. Really, these eggs. When a clown paints his face on this egg, that holds their life. So Vinny Tom and his girlfriend has to break it in order to kill the clown. So he grabs it off the shelf, but then the clown knocks him out. And then cuts them outside in the tombstone, which is a pretty intense scene where he had the hiccups. He was looking from across the tombstone. But then Vinny ties his shoes together, and then he just falls, and he falls on the egg, and he explodes in like this yolk, eggs. It's gross. They comes out of his eyes, nose, his ears. It's gross. And he dies. And then Tom and his girlfriend are together. And then it shows this clown putting the egg back together that kills Stitches, which is a sequel by ending. Movie ends. I love this movie. This movie is great. The actor playing Stitches is really good. I love his manner. I love his body movements. I love his one-liners. I never thought I'd end up with a leg of a face. Fuck me sideways. Or, bastard. You're a 16, right? I don't want to go to prison. Stop talking, big head. That's what I call food for thought. Some great lines by him. The actor was great. I love the kills. The kills were insane, crazy, great special effects. And it's a great movie. Do I think it's as gory or graphic as Terrifier 2? Hell no. But it's up there. It's definitely up there with one of the best killer clowns. He's up there with Art, Pennywise, both versions. Shorty from Killer Clowns. He's up there with all the clowns. So let me know down below what you thought of Stitches, and what is your favorite killer clown movie? Let me know about that down below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Thank you so much, credits for the recommendation or request. Sorry, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.